Bonjour, hola, guten Tag. I'm Mr. Bates, Head of Languages here at Ulverston Victoria High School. In our sixth form, we're able to offer you 3 languages at A-level: German, French and Spanish. We also have staff that can speak other languages, so there is the opportunity of extracurricular languages as well. The course is particularly suitable for those who enjoy languages at GCSE, students who generally enjoy communicating with people, and students who are keen to find out about the culture and language and lifestyles of different countries. The exam structure is the same for all 3 languages. Paper 1 is listening, reading and writing, and you'll find the biggest difference is that you have control of the listening yourselves and you listen individually, which means you can rewind, re-listen and get a better understanding of what's been spoken. The writing exam for all 3 languages is based on your study of a film. In French, for example, we study la haine, a novel, and again in French we study un sac de vie. And the third paper is the speaking exam, which again is very, very different to GCSE. You do an independent research project based on an area of your choice. So for example, in the past we've had people looking at political personalities, big events in the country's history, which you go into depth and study that. And then you have to prepare a talk on that and talk to your teacher for approximately 9 minutes on this topic, but also it's the opportunity to show off your skills and to show off your knowledge of the culture of the country. The content of all 3 subjects varies slightly. I think in all subjects you'll study immigration, the culture of the country, the role of women within that country. In French in particular, you'll look at the power of political parties. In Spanish, the role of Franco and the big effect that he had on Spanish society. And in German, you'll look at how Germany has changed since the reunification and basically how Berlin has rebuilt itself, reinvented itself even after the Second World War. So there's lots for you to get your teeth into. There's lots of interesting cultural aspects to all 3 languages. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'll try and help you as much as we possibly can, and look forward to seeing you hopefully in September 2021.
J'ai choisi le français parce que GCSE c'était bien. Je préférais le thème, le patrimoine, parce que j'aime la culture française. Dans le thème, j'ai appris l'UNESCO et le site de patrimoine, comme le château de Versailles et les grottes de Lascaux. Cependant, le patrimoine est aussi la gastronomie, qui est une grande partie de la culture française. On a même préparé les plats français. Mon ami a préparé des gâteaux. À l'université, je voudrais continuer avec mes études françaises car je voudrais travailler à l'étranger.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Beth. Ce moment, j'étudie le français. À GCSE, c'était vraiment intéressant. Mon thème préféré, c'est la musique parce que j'ai découvert des nouveaux artistes et la musique, c'est très différent et super. J'aime aussi l'artiste Jack Brown parce qu'il est incroyable. J'adore le patrimoine aussi parce que j'adore apprendre au sujet de la culture française. À l'université, je veux étudier le français parce que j'ai l'intention de vivre en France. Pour moi, les langues sont très utiles.
Hola, me llamo Harry.
Yo me llamo Andy y somos estudiantes de UVHS.
Me gusta mucho estudiar el español porque hemos aprendido mucho sobre los países hispanohablantes.
Por ejemplo, el año pasado estudiamos la cultura española, el patrimonio, el ciberocoso y los modelos de familia.
Este año estudiamos las obras del director mexicano Guillermo del Toro y del escritor español Lorca. En el año que viene espero ir a la universidad para estudiar el español y los estudios latinoamericanos.
Espero ir a la universidad para estudiar arquitectura y espero usar mi español en mis viajes.
Glück auf, Glück auf.
Hi Oliver, so tell me why you picked German.
I really enjoyed German at GCSE and I thought I wanted to continue it in the future because I really like the German culture and I think I might want to one day live in a German speaking country.
What have you enjoyed about the A-level?
I've enjoyed lots of different parts of the A-level, such as learning about different aspects of life in the German-speaking countries. We cover political aspects as well as cultural stuff like festivals and different music and stuff, and I just find it really interesting.
Tell me about your IRP.
For my research project, I'm researching the German government's response to coronavirus. So that's going to be quite interesting, seeing how it kind of compares to ours.
Interesting, very topical. What the hardest thing has been?
I think the hardest part for most people is the adjectival endings with the different cases and stuff. But with enough practice, it just becomes second nature. It's not really something you have to focus on too much.
What was the biggest leap, would you say, from GCSE?
In terms of leaps of difficulty, I would say the cases is the most kind of biggest thing, you know, having to actually concentrate more on what endings you're using. But in terms of content, the big difference is it's more to do with actual German, Austrian and Swiss culture. Whereas in the GCSE you might be learning about how to kind of talk about school life, whereas in the A-level it's more about like how life is in the countries that you're learning about.
So the hardest thing was the cases. How did you overcome that, or what help have you had towards that?
I made a table and I look at that whenever I need to see which one, and then it just kind of sticks in your head after you do it. You know.
What do you hope to do with languages in the future?
I'm considering taking a language module as part of my university studies, and apart from that I'd like to one day live in a German-speaking country and practice it there.
Can you tell me about your links to Salzburg?
We've got a partner school in near Salzburg, and we've done an exchange trip last year, where a few of us went over and spent about a week in the school, and at some point hopefully they'll be able to come here.
If somebody was considering, so they're on the fence and thinking, why languages at UVHS, what would you say?
For me, the best part is the small class sizes, meaning the teachers have a lot of time to focus on, like if you're struggling with something, there's going to be no problem with the teacher kind of being able to help you, whereas in some subjects it might be a bit harder.
Hi Ellie, so why did you pick German?
Hi, I picked German basically just because I didn't want to give it up after GCSE. It might not be the most conventional thing to take with science subjects, but actually I think it's a really nice balance.
How is it balanced?
Well, compared with science subjects, I think it's just very different to studying science. It's got obviously your speaking, your reading, your listening, and your writing. I think the class it feels a little bit different as well.
What have you enjoyed about it?
I really enjoy having a small class. I think there's only 7 in our class, and that might sound really small, but it means that everyone has to talk, everyone supports each other and gets involved.
What do you hope to do with it in the future?
I don't think I'll carry it on formally, but hopefully I'll be able to use it to go to Germany or another German-speaking country at some point.
Tell me about the IRP.
So your IRP is your individual research project. It's basically a project that you create to speak about in your exam, and do it on basically anything that you're interested in. Mine's related to climbing because that's something I really love, but there's all sorts that people do as long as it's related to a German-speaking country.
What was the biggest leap from GCSE to A-level?
I think with every A-level there's a really big leap. For example, with German, like at GCSE when you do speaking you just learn a script, but at A-level you actually have to speak without learning it. But I think, yeah, and the grammar's probably a bit of a jump as well, but your teachers will definitely support you with that.
What have you found the hardest?
I think I did find that leap a bit difficult, and also this year with COVID and everything makes it a little bit difficult. Normally we would go to Berlin, but not right now, so yeah, that's a little bit hard.
So if you were to, if somebody were to say to you, why study A-level German at Ulverston Victoria High School, what would you say?
Just that if you like German, if you're really interested in it, definitely think about studying it. The teachers are really supportive, and again the class sizes mean that everyone gets so involved.
Thank you, Ellie.
Gestein aus Felsengestein.